wife of the Honorable Prime Minister and Parliamentary Representative of the Roseau Central Constituency, Honorable Roslyn Paul, Minister of Sports, Culture and Community Development, other honorable members of Cabinet, His Excellency Felix Gregor, Ambassador to the OCES and CARICOM, Her Excellency Lauren Barnes Roberts, Ambassador and Permanent Representative of the Commonwealth of Dominica to the United Nations and Special Envoy to Netball, and Mr. Roberts, Ms. Karen Prevost, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, all Permanent Secretaries, Mrs. Rufina Paul, the President of the Caribbean Netball Association, Mrs. Regina Walsh, President of the Dominica Netball Association, Ms. Colita Hamilton, Secretary to the Dominica Netball Association, Mrs. Adina Bellot, our chairperson for today and who also led us in prayer, all representatives of the sports organizations, the regional netball teams and sports enthusiasts, the umpires, all invited guests, our country manager, ECCB country manager, Mrs. Sherma John Benjamin, all other invited guests, members of the media, all of you watching online, and I want to say a special good afternoon to Governor N.J. Antoine, Timothy N.J. Antoine, who I know is watching. Good afternoon. I'm here representing Governor Antoine as well as the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. When Governor asked me about a week ago whether I wanted, on reflection, he was to do the speech, whether I wanted to do the speech, I immediately and happily said yes. And at first, it was meant to be a recorded speech. In fact, I have recorded a speech that should have been aired today. But then Governor went a step further and he said, DG, would you like to go in person to deliver the speech? And I said, Governor, is that a question? You know what the answer is. It's yes, because I'm here. Yes, on so many levels. One, that Dominica is hosting this tournament, the second OECS ECCB International Netball Series. Yes, because it also represents a sport, netball, that I learned to play very late while on staff at ECCB under Captain Jennifer Nero, who formed the first ECCB team to participate in the Business Netball League in St. Kitts. Yes, because all of these member states I have been to, and I have very good friends, including Barbados, though not part of the ECCU member states, but Barbados I consider a third home. Why? I went to high school in Barbados after Hurricane David in 1979, and I also taught at the University of the West Indies, Cavale campus. So truly, all of you I'm representing here today, I consider you family. I know there are 3 member states not represented here today, that being Anguilla, Montserrat, and the defending champion, Grenada. Grenada, my heart goes out to you. And I also represent you here today. The staging of the second OECS ECCB International Netball Series is a testament of not just resilience. It is a testament of our agility, our adaptability, and our flexibility. Resilience says we are bouncing back in place. But the hosting of this tournament, even amidst a third, a fourth, and maybe a fifth wave in some of our member states, is a testament that we are more than resilient. It is a testament that we are bouncing back, but bouncing forward. We are saying we are going to take the lessons of the past, the lessons especially of the last 2 years from COVID, and we are going to embrace the opportunities of today, and we eagerly anticipate and welcome the future. We are not daunted by what appears to be an impossible feat, because I'm sure Many thought it was going to be impossible to host this tournament in 2022. Remember, there was no tournament in 2020 and 2021. But by our presence here today, we are saying we are embracing the opportunities of adversity and grasping them with all our arms, converting the impossible to the possible. Assured that all things are possible with God, Matthew 19:26, and we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, Philippians 4:13. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank sponsorship of netball goes back a whole generation, 30 years. And in those 30 years, we have seen an evolving of our role. It was initially the netball under 23. But in 2019, when the CNA made a case, the Governor Antwine, said yes, we have to move forward to take our place on the international stage. And so you see, ECCB's sponsorship of this tournament is not just a sponsorship of sports. The sponsorship of this tournament is a testament of the vision of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, which is the transformation of our ECC region, where we advance the good of our people, where our people not just strive, but they thrive. And this is a testament of that. A testament also of our role in social development, empowerment of women and girls. And as Ambassador Lauren Barnes told you, it is also in fulfillment of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, 3, 5, and 9. 3 being well-being, 5 being the equality, and 10, being the reducing of inequalities. And so we come now to netball, the sport. What does netball, the sport, signify? There are a few principles. And I say to you, one is family and team. As netballers, you are a team. So there are 6 teams here tonight. But it's more than just being a team. It's a family. Because netball is a team sport. And what does family and team indicate? Team means we work together for a shared vision. We are committed to the same goal. Family says we care, we are concerned about each other, and we love each other. Family goes a step beyond. It says no one gets left behind. And as the African philosophy says, Ubuntu, we are because of each other. And so your team is going to be as strong as the weakest player. And what is your role as family and team? It is to ensure that all players are equally strong. A second element of netball is that there's individual responsibility. While yes, it's a team sport, each player has her specific role. And because each of you have your specific role, it means you must be responsible. You must recognize and accept that your team is depending on you to show up, to never give in. And you must play your part in that team. A third is discipline and perseverance. I say to you, there can be no success without discipline. Discipline is what's going to make you stay to practice instead of going fetting. Discipline is what is going to make you show up without giving excuses, because you know your team is depending on you. And perseverance is important. Why? It means we do not give up at the first sign of failure. We do not give up when we don't win a tournament. We do not give up when we don't win a match. Every match is a new match, and we come back determined to do our best. In fact, were we not persevering, we would not be here today. And that is why last year, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, instead of having a tournament because of the COVID situation, what instead it had was the OCES ECCB International Netball Legacy Program that focused on the well-being and capacity building of all players. 99 persons, players, plus umpires, and other officials were impacted by this program. Then we came to integrity and honesty. Can there really be a good sports person who does not have the principles of integrity and honesty? That is the underpinning of good sportsmanship. In fact, last night, Ms. Sherma John, our ECCB country manager, said sportswomanship. Integrity, honesty. When we have made a mistake and we had a fall, what do? We own up. We walk even before an umpire calls. Because truly, that is really what says we are a good sports person. And it's integrity and honesty that allows a team to congratulate the winning team full of good humor, with grace, and not being spoiled sports because they have not won. And the last one I want to leave with you is about celebrating wins. It is important to celebrate your wins, not just the big trophy, and that's important too. But don't focus solely on the destination. Focus on the journey to the destination. So you may not get the trophy, but did you play a good match? Were you the best wing defense, the best shooter, even if your team did not win? We must celebrate those things. Oftentimes, we wait only for big things to celebrate. I say to you, no. All small things we must celebrate because they lead to the big ones. And there are so many reasons for celebrating today. One, we are here hosting this tournament. Last year we were not here, year before we were not here. We must give thanks. We have 5 overseas teams here. Umpires that come from all over the world, media persons from outside of Dominica. What does that say? Travel is back. Remember with COVID, we could not travel. Travel is back. We say thanks. And very, very importantly, the hosting of this tournament gives you the opportunity to make new friends and widen your network that you can call upon not just for netball, but you can call upon for other areas. Why? Because you are more than just a netballer. You have so many skills and talents. And when you form friendships, your friends benefit from all of who you are. So I urge each team to put on your best self, to give your very best effort, to play with purpose, with passion and commitment. And in fact, we are here, we are sending a strong message that we are ready for the global stage. Why? Because this is an international competition. And I thank Governor Antoine for his foresight. And so on behalf of Governor Timothy and J. Antoine, I want to thank the government and people of Dominica for hosting this tournament. I want to thank all of the participating teams, government, and even our non-participating teams who are not here today, but I know of the commitment of the governments to the sport. The Dominican Netball Association, and here I want to call out Lady Regina Walsh and Ambassador Barnes and Power Rep Honorable Melissa Skerry, because I heard these 3 ladies moved mountains to let this happen. And so ladies, I say thank you. And then the Caribbean Netball Association for their faith in the Dominican netball team to host this tournament. Again, all the participating teams, the umpires. I want to also thank, and I say to you, the Monetary Council, the Board of Directors, all of our directors, management, and staff at the ECCB. I want to say to you that we are committed to the transformation of our region. We will not rest until this happens. You have our commitment and our word. And you have our commitment to continue to support netball, because we see netball as not just a sport. We see netball as a means to empower women and girls, all part of our transformative work. And so I want to wish all teams all the very best. And I want to ask God to bless us all during this week. I've seen all the birds fly, and I have a thing about birds, let me just tell you. And so from the time Barbados turned to raise their flag, the birds, there was a flock of birds. And then they came in twos and ones, and here is one still fluttering here. And what does that tell me? It tells me that all will be well. That if God takes care of the birds of the air, he takes care of us. And so, even amidst COVID, we are going to practice all our protocols to ensure we have a healthy and a safe tournament, and all will be well. Thank you.